right ribs. All of them are being evaluated. We'll know more later.
If Jerry Davis is serious, do you have any indication that could be something?
You know, the initial prognosis is positive, but again, he's got to get more. He's got to get looked at deeper.
Robert, what kind of week has it been here? All these injuries. Oh.
You know, it's you never want to suffer injuries. Obviously, the big one being with Carl, but you know, otherwise, it's part of the dog days of summer. You know, we're expecting all these guys back, especially with the injuries that happened on the practice field. The only one we're not expecting back right now is obviously Zane and Carl.
Robert, we didn't get the call after that call. What was that feeling when you saw him go down and get hurt?
You know, I always go back to the individual, and that's Carl. The man puts in the work. He does everything the right way. He regens, he hydrates, he does everything that's asked out of a professional athlete. He does things. I mean, you could not ask for a more perfect, big money free agent who came in and just does things the right way. Because despite getting paid, he still wanted more. And for that to happen for him, that's where all my attention goes. I just feel bad for him.
There were a couple other guys who weren't out there. Moses, do you have anything else?
Morgan and Bless are personal reasons. You know, I thought he had good command. I thought he was under control. I thought he handled pressure well. He was good in and out of the huddle. You know, he's progressing. And just like his bad days, this was a good day, and it's just another day. And he's got to continue to stack up and take the good with the good, take the good with the bad, and find ways to get better. Yeah, he's been going through his progressions, and he's been pretty good at that. It's you know, what you saw today was more the same of what we're seeing, and I know sometimes the result's not what we want, but his process is light years ahead of what a normal rookie's process will be, and you know, so for him, it's again the good day, the results sometimes will be good, sometimes will be bad, and he's just got to continue to find ways to get better when he sees both.
You've talked a lot about wanting to use this preseason to like prepare your guys. Yeah, your guys are ready for the regular season. That's where you're using it. Is there any bit that's frustrating to you a little bit when you play the Giants and they're resting the majority of their defensive starters, the Packers resting the majority of their defensive starters? Zach really hasn't had a chance to go up against a team's A defense aside from the joint practice.
No, this is professional football. You go tell those backups that they're not capable of being starters. I think you guys know my conviction on player A to player Z, all having the ability to play at a very high level, and that all they need is an opportunity. So this is still professional football. These guys are professional athletes. They step on the field and they have tremendous pride in their work, and it's another defense that he gets to see in a different character of a football team, and just in terms of the way they present themselves. And so I think he's getting really good work. Call it what you want, but he's still getting good work.
Robert, the Packers offense had a couple of nice drives in the first half, including a 19-play drive. What did you see from your team?
It comes back to third down. Obviously, we want to be better on first and second down and stay ahead of the sticks. But you know, you look at those third down opportunities and winning one-on-ones on the perimeter. That's third down. That's life in the NFL. That's 2 minute. That's crunch time. That's critical downs. And you know, it was a really good evaluation in terms of getting those guys that work. We'll be able to look at the tape and see what we can do better from a technique standpoint. But when you get to those third downs, I mean that's backbreaking. When I think it was a 21-play drive or something like that on one of them. So, and you can look all the way back to third down and just getting your one-on-one opportunities and winning when you get that chance.
How would you assess how the first team cornerbacks played during those first few drives?
Again, it goes back to third down. They can be great on first and second down. They can be great the entire game, but it comes down to one-on-one in a third down situation, especially in those 4 to 7 ranges, and you got to win. Obviously, from a scheme standpoint, we could always do things to mess with the quarterback, so it's not so easy for them. But at the same time, in these situations where we're trying to get a great evaluation and trying to get some good clips for them, it just comes down to playing with great technique and winning.
Robert, I understand your first concern with Carl is about Carl as a person. He's put some stuff on social media. It seems like he's in a good place mentally now. of this team. You know, you all watch training camp every day. He was having a great training camp. How do you move forward as a team, you know, without such a big piece?
You know, I've said it before. The NFL train stops for nobody. So there's an all it's, but when someone falls off the train, to make sure I say this the right way, it's another opportunity for someone to jump on the train. And so there, you know, there's a lot of men on this football team, especially at that DN spot, that are chomping at the bit to get an opportunity, and they've got it. So we'll work our tails off to get those young men ready, and I know that they're going to reciprocate and work their tails off to be ready for week 1.
Do you anticipate just going with what you have there at that, or would you guys like to add a pass rusher to Carl?
You know, we're going to focus on the guys that we have. Obviously, like Joe and his staff are always collecting data and trying to figure out what the next move, and we'll talk about it. But right now, as a coaching staff, our focus is on the men that are in the room.
Dawkins starting at linebacker. Dawkins stood out today. Depth chart stuff.
I think Doc's done a really nice job. He's had a 180 since OTAs. He's been extremely detailed. He's getting extra meeting time. He's been more consistent with his responsibility, and when he's on it and his eyes are right and his feet are on the ground, the kid can flat out fly. And especially with our defense, where we're asking guys to shrink the field and suffocate an offense, and he's one of those guys that can do that. And so to get him out there with the ones and give him the opportunity this week to go play, and hopefully again next week for him to stack it up, see if he can hold on to it.
You want to create good habits in the summer with special teams. What do you think about their performance today? Man, pinning deep again. You get a big performance from your kicker, and then Valentine with a 73-yard return.
Yeah, you love all of it, and it's I thought all week I thought they did a great job competing. I thought they did a great job winning their one-on-ones during practice, and they carried on to the game, and again they created a lot of explosive plays. Obviously Green Bay got one too, but overall I thought our special teams did a really, really nice job this week.
What have you been able to take from this week into like practices?
I personally love the work. You know, to get a different look and to get all that stuff is priceless, especially when it comes into a situation or a time when you really get bored of playing one another, and it was like perfect timing. Ideally, we get out of there without an injury, but unfortunately, we had a couple. But overall, the work for this young team to go against the championship roster and the championship scheme, to me, was priceless.
The last one from DJ.
Obviously, Zach had that highlight play where he breaks outside and throws a dart to Corey Davis. So when you see plays like that, what goes through your head? Because you know you talked about him having to manage when just staying on schedule, and then an opportunity is there to break out and create. So what did you think when you saw that?
You know, I didn't. I'll be honest, DJ. I didn't think anything of it, but it goes back to what we talked about. Like in practice, he's going to stay in progression, and he's going to try to be as disciplined as possible. But there's just something about quarterback play where it's very, very natural for them to feel pressure, to feel something breaking down, and to exit the pocket and find ways to create an off-schedule play. And that was an example. He had a couple opportunities today, but Zach's in a good place, and he's just got to find ways again. Like it's take the good with the good and the bad with the bad, and get rolling.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, thanks everybody.
Jack Wilson, fully flat pilot four.
I'll be in there in a bit.
Yeah.